Hey Crafty Mavens, it's Victoria Marie in collaboration with Sarah Branch Swann, and we are bringing Twerk It Thursday this week, and we are using a sketch from Shamil Lane, which I'm about to show you here on my iPhone. There's the sketch right there. I am using the August Scraptastic kit. I forget what it's called. I'll post that in the description. But there's the papers I'm using. That polka dot paper is wild. That's exclusive to Scraptastic. I'm also showing you the different embellishments from Shamil Lane, the Simple Stories collection called Oh So Fancy. I've got some exclusive vellum wood veneers. So lots of goodies I'm going to use on this page. So what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to cut my background. I'm going to use that yellow and striped white paper as my base. And to create that diagonal look, I'm going to cut my pattern paper. And I wanted something that gave me a little bit more white space. I really love that white striped paper, but I thought the yellow and white striped paper, but I thought that this lighter white paper would work. And it's more, it has sort of a light gray pattern on it. Now I wanted to use this polka dot paper, and that's exclusive to the kit. That was designed by Caitlin Schaefer. I'm going to go ahead and mount my photo on it because those dots make me dizzy. Beautiful papers, Caitlin, but Lord have mercy. I had to use that in small amounts. So I'm getting majority of this, or the base of this layout together. And I think that looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and commit to that, and then I'm going to place my photo. Now this layout features a photo of my brother and my mom, who is to the, I guess, the right of him, and then my niece and nephew. They're to the right side of the picture. And it was my brother's 50th birthday. So we went to Texas Roadhouse and had some dinner to celebrate. Now the sketch calls for 3 areas of embellishment, which is pretty typical of Shamil's designs. So I started out with that typewriter and balloons, and that came from a die cut pack by Shamil. But then I thought, well, let me go ahead and work on my title. So I wanted to say 50 and Fabulous. So I take some Thickers font, and I love, love, love these Thickers. And they're called Lullaby. They're white, and they have sort of a glossy accent to them. Then I take an ampersand from one of the die cut sticker sheets that I got. And I think that's from Simple Stories, and it didn't work. So I put the ampersand up top with a blue vellum camera. I'm going to go ahead and commit to putting my photo down. So once I have that down, I decide that camera or the typewriter is not going to work, so I set that to the side. I'm going to go ahead and continue to focus on my layout, on my title. I'm going to put that vellum camera down as well as the ampersand, so I'm pretty sure that I want that there. And even though those chipboard pieces have adhesive on the back, I added a little bit more so it would stay secure on the page. Then I decide I'm going to use some of the brads that came, and these brads don't have backs to them. They have adhesive backing, which I love. I don't like regular brads because they tend to be sometimes a little bit too bulky. So I like that it's flat back. Now I'm trying to create a cluster here to the left of the photo. I'm going to grab a tab that comes exclusive to the kit. And I want to use those balloons, and I am going to use the balloons. They're just not going to go there. So as I'm trying to decide what I want to do next, I'm going to adhere the tag at the top. The tab, rather. And these tabs are cut from textured cardstock, so sometimes they're hard to keep adhered. I'm going to grab another one because I needed a little bit more there at the top. And I have an acrylic piece there that says, what does that say? It says this, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet, so I put it to the side. I'm going to cut out a label from the exclusive cut-aparts. And it has a little emoticon there that's winking its eye. I am going to use that gold arrow if it kills me. That moves around the page a few times. We all know how that goes. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to cluster there. And we get quite a bit of these vellum die cuts. And I tell you what, I have tons of them. I haven't used them up. So then I focus my attention to the bottom right of that page, and I go ahead and commit to the balloons being there, and that vellum die cut that says yay, that's going to go there as well. And now I'm thinking, okay, now I know what I'm going to do here on the side. That circle that says today's story was, I cut that out, I fussy cut that out from one of the cut-aparts. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that, along with that really pretty gold arrow. And what I'm trying to do is point, I wanted the point, that arrow to point towards my brother. So we know that's who we're talking about in the layout. But I started thinking, well, my family's the only ones going to be looking at this. They know who it is that's turning 50. That turned 50. And then on that label, I'm using some Jelly Bean Soup Alphas, and I'm spelling out old man. I tease him all the time and tell him he's an old man. I do remember the days when he was a retired Air Force, or he is retired Air Force fireman. And when he used to come home on leave, I was very young, and I used to think he was so cool because he would bring Michael Jackson records home, and he bought me a jacket that kind of resembled Michael Jackson's jacket, and it was red and faux leather and had all little snaps and stuff on it. And we would go to McDonald's and get McDonald's pancakes and all kinds of things. So now I tease him and say, now you're just an old fart. Okay, he's a father of his own, a single dad. He's awesome. Okay, so I decided I needed to put something behind the photo, so I grab a doily because when in doubt, grab a doily. So that's what I do. And I think I'm pretty happy. I'm adding a little bit more adhesive there to the back of those tabs. And then I figure I need something else to embellish. It just seemed that the bottom of that photo just needed something else. So I dig through some of my Fancy Pants die cuts, which are beautiful. And I find this little die cut that has some flowers on it. And I don't mind using feminine touches and feminine colors, or I guess what we would stereotypically call feminine, on layouts that talk about the men in my life. And let's see, I'm thinking I'm going to use that die cut, but nope, it's not going to happen. But I'm going to use that on a card, I think. I'm not sure. What am I kidding? I'm lying. I don't make cards. Not often. Okay, so now I decide that I'm going to commit to the title that says 50 and Fabulous. These are exclusive foam glitter letters from Scraptastic. I tell you what, we get a lot of stuff with our kits. It's really a good bargain in my opinion. I feel that I need something else there. So I'll come back to that title here in a second. So I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out. And now I'm going to draw some journaling lines as I'm trying to figure out what else I want to put on the page. And in the journaling I put, we celebrated loves. My brother's name is Love, by the way, L-O-V-E. It was the 60s. I tease my mom about that all the time. All right, so I said we celebrated Love's 50th birthday a few days early at Texas Roadhouse. It's hard to believe that he is turning 50 years old. It seems like yesterday he was this young 20-something military dude coming home from England on a family visit. We had such a good time eating delicious steak and laughing. We always do. He is my first love and the best big brother in the whole entire world, because he really is. I love him so much. So I finished my journaling and I'm adding a little bit more adhesive there. Those cute kids to, I guess, would be his left in the photo, or maybe to the right, are his kids. Those are my niece and nephew, Daniela and Javon, and then my mom is sitting on the opposite side. And you see me do layouts of my mom. I haven't done many. I've done a lot of layouts of my niece and nephew, but I haven't actually shown those videos or filmed them as process videos. But they are 20 and 16. Alrighty, so I decided to go ahead with the balloons at the bottom. And the little yellow balloon says Big Yay. And I add the Yay Vellum die cut as well as a gold sticker from one of the die cut packs from Fancy Pants. Now I want to add something else because I think it needs something else at the bottom. So I grab an acrylic piece that's exclusive to Scraptastic, and it says this to point attention to the story. And I'm thinking so far this is looking good. And I'm trying to decide at this point, am I going to use some mist? But before I do that, I'm looking around this die cut pack by Shamil, and there's so many pieces in this little pack. So I'm going through, and then I find this die cut that says Embrace Life. And I thought I was going to put it there at the top, but I'm going to put it there to the side of that 50 and Fabulous. So the title will read Embrace Life 50 and Fabulous. And I thought that just added the extra little detail that I needed to go there by the title. And a little bit of movement. I'm going to add a little bit of the enamel dots, and those are exclusive to the kit. Love enamel dots. A little bit of gold, a little bit of blue. Add it there in each cluster. And I think that looks good. Alrighty. Now I'm trying to decide what else do I need, and I'm thinking I'm going to do some sprinkling with some Heidi Swap Mist, and so I do. And the color I use is called Navy. It wasn't a complicated title, so I don't know why I forgot that. Okay, now let's see. Oh yes, now I'm going to stamp the date with my Heidi Swap Roller Date stamp and some Stampin' Up! Ink in navy blue as well. So now I'm going to have a look at this, and I think I like it. Now this is going to be the starter page, page 1 of a 2-page layout that I'm going to do. So the second page is going to be a pocketed page so I can scrapbook the rest of the photos. So there you go. Okay, provided below in the description is a bunch of links not only to the Crafty Maven blog and Facebook page, but also links to my YouTube channel, Sarah's YouTube channel, our blogs, and so forth. Some pictures are coming up, as you can see. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Twerk It Thursday. I hope you've been inspired, and we will see you guys next time.